Good morning, 29 November 21. Crew shortage is one of the risks that in the press we can read every day. The question is, those journalists, do they know about crew management? Because I can also write about chip shortage, but do I know something about chips? Or I can write about many things. The question is that there is a lot of companies throughout history that since 1962 Candina started crew management with Spanish because there was no other nationalities. Then end of 70s there was a turn towards Filipinos because the Spanish started to be unionized and we were not able to mix those two nationalities. Then in the 80s, everybody went to Filipinas, which is like the place to be. Now, in the 90s, some started playing around other countries, even Latin America, Morocco, so on. Then in the new millennium, then we started to assembling mixture of these nationalities. And now in 2022, what is going to happen? There is not real any deficit of nationalities. We have seen the incompetent government's training schemes, the inefficiency to adapt the British uh, uh, Eastern Bloc training way of promoting from rating to officer. This inefficiency of countries like, for example, Spain, uh, Peru has the same problem. So there is many different training systems, and this really has been the problem of future officers. You cannot have cadets join ships 23-year-old or above and then think that they will remain in shipping for a life career. That's not true. Therefore, by joining the sooner possible than we can, those countries that have done this kind of educational systems like India and Eastern Asia are very successful. Thank you very much indeed for adapting to these new times. Even those that have coped very well indeed, like the UK and the Eastern European countries, Latvia, for example, they have done quite well, although the numbers that we have youngsters are diminishing because of tax. So if the governments were incompetent in the training, then we have to add that they are also incompetent in providing an area whereby we can have more kids, more kids, more kids, because we tax, 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 and we do not cut the public buildings nor the pieces of art. In Spain, there is 1 trillion pieces of art. Are these worth 500 million more kids? Would we have, again, 60, 70 years later, same number of maritime captains, chief engineers? Of course we could have, but we don't have anymore any kids because of tax, because they rather not sell these pieces of art and buildings. So this is the real issue. There is a lot of companies that have invested big in some countries, and these countries, not only now we have two competitors, now we have a third one called the coronavirus. This is the latest version. It is the South African one, which we still don't know. But should we have invested in South Africa, for example, then we would have a huge problem. Now, this virus went from South Africa to, some say, Turkey, and then those that have invested in Turkey would have also the same problem. But we hope that these vaccines will solve these virus issues. The question is that incompetent governments have not coped with this supply side. And there is plenty governments that are investing heavily into the horizon of seafaring careers. And like India, for example, thank you very much indeed. And a lot of Asian countries, thank you very much indeed. And there is not a shortage, there is lack of planification. We must plan 50 years ahead. A captain is not something that we can train in 5 years. We need 25, 30, 40 years to train this captain since she is 16 years old until 40. Yes, this is the natural path, and a lot of countries are not interested in this. You can just watch the news. They are only interested in the next elections. Of course, we must not shake hands with this and must shake hands ourselves to realize that those that have invested heavily in certain countries have a big problem. Now, why Candina? We are a digital company. Our database grows same number of digital applications. We have seen historic errors of investing heavily in one country and then having in Spain this problem, then in Philippines, then in many others. Now the question is, do you need a diversified 3% agency fee crew management company that will have no issues in the long-term planning rosters of crew management? Yes, of course, then contact us. Come on, today is 29th of November. We are here waiting non-stop, direct from the owner. Here it is the owner to benchmark your fleet and to show you that the 3% agency fee, we can eliminate this risk. If you do this preventively, if you ally with a strategic crew management company with 100,000 seafarers database, then your risk goes. Then others will complain, there is not enough crew, will complain, there's not enough crew. Okay, come on. We are not the complainers type, we are the solutions type. Take care. Have a nice Monday. Bye. Like and subscribe.